Shout out. The Connects. Luis Guzman. Don't ever go, never leave my side. Passion's all I have, courage is my drive. And if I lost you, I would lose it all together. I wouldn't have.
Welcome to I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast, where we highlight the journey of entrepreneurs, creatives, and business people alike to showcase that every light and dark moment create a beautiful piece of art. This is episode 46. I am your host, Luis Guzman. My guest today is the definition of betting on yourself and truly going after what you believe in. A New Jersey-based food content creator who left his full-time job in March of this year to live his dream of sports stadium food tours and seeking out the best food around the country. A foodie at heart, he is known for his amazing in-depth reviews on major restaurants such as Labibi Prime, the 130 Club, amongst others. But he has recently sinked his teeth into the role of stadium food connoisseur with well over 10 stadiums under his belt and counting. His content and desire to find the best bang for your taste buds is commendable and inspiring. His top 3 recommendations are always worth checking out, so when you visit these stadiums, all the hard work is already done for you. The Chicken Caesar rap god, a well-traveled foodie, a dog dad to Oscar, and a bright future with his fiance by his side. The man that makes cheat days worth it, Eric Hammer. Welcome to the show, brother.
Bro, you're about to make me cry right now. Oh my God. You are hired. I need that introduction when I walk into every room forever.
They got to know who you are, dude.
Thank you very much.
Dude,
that was
thank
epic.
you. No, thank you. That's my pleasure, man. We spoke a little bit through messaging, and it's hard to kind of give some tonality to a message when you're typing it.
Yeah.
But if I was talking to you, I'd be like, dude, you inspire me. I want to tell your story. And I think that this is something that right now in 2025, where content creation is so big and massive, you're actually leading the blueprint for other people that are like, should I do this? Should I not? So, I'm proud of you and kudos to you, man, for what you've been doing. This is awesome.
Thank you very much. Right back at you. I'm proud of you as well. You're killing it.
Thank you, man.
50 subs on YouTube.
50 subs officially.
50,000 subs.
Thank you, Lord. 50,000 subs. Thank you to each and every one of you that have listened and have tuned in and subscribed. And when this comes out in a couple weeks or so, we might be at 60. Who knows? So let's keep the momentum going, man. So, dude, thank you again for doing this. I appreciate it, brother. So, Eric, I always lead off the questions the same with every guest, so I'm going to ask you the same. Who is Eric Hammer?
I mean, you introed me better than I could. But I feel like I'm just a regular Jersey boy. I've been in Jersey my whole life.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Love it.
Don't have any plans of leaving anytime soon.
Love it.
Probably never. We have everything.
We have everything.
All.
Jersey's the best. Yeah. I'm sorry. It is like the middle piece that connects everything.
We're blessed.
My opinion. Yeah, we're blessed.
Yeah.
Home of the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Sure.
Right? Now, you call it Taylor or you call it pork roll?
Okay, let's get right into it.
What's the whole deal with the Taylor versus pork roll?
Okay, so for those who don't know, North Jersey and South Jersey are split on what they call it. North Jersey calls it Taylor ham. South Jersey calls it pork roll. Where I grew up is smack in the middle of the state.
Okay. Where did you grow up, by the way?
Manalapan.
Oh, Manalapan. That's close to me. I'm in Old Bridge.
Okay,
yeah. Nice. Okay, cool.
We are on the proverbial Mason-Dixon line of pork roll versus Taylor ham.
Right at the middle.
So it puts us in an interesting spot. I have found that people where I grew up mostly lean towards calling it pork roll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to piss people off and get in the mud with that. Good news for me, I actually prefer bacon.
There you go.
So I rarely am ordering it anyway. But if I'm in North Jersey where I live now, I'll order a Taylor ham. If I go to South Jersey, I'll order a pork roll. I don't care. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I just want a delicious breakfast sandwich.
I know. I hear you.
So you're asking the wrong person. I'm Switzerland.
I love it. Bacon it is. It's all good, dude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, it all comes down to like preference. I've never got a bad look when I went somewhere and said, oh, give me a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Sure.
I've never said pork roll. So I don't know how I would, but again, I'm from North Jersey, born in Newark, raised in Elizabeth, and it's always been, Taylor ham, egg, and cheese for me. All the bodegas, all the spots we go to. But hey, listen, when I'm down, South Jersey, if I'm going to try it. I'm going to say, hey, let me get a Taylor ham and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sorry to take us off track. You asked me who I'm a Jersey boy. I'm a content creator. I'm a sports fan. And I like to eat, and I make content about such.
Absolutely, which you are great at, by the way. And I want to say, speaking of food and content, Shout out to Chef Mango for this delicious beef brisket he has blessed us with. This is not a plug. This guy is really cool. He was just out here burning tomahawk steaks a little earlier. But thank you for the food. Makes sense since we got one of the biggest food creators in the state here with us. They've blessed us with some good, delicious beef brisket. So in case you guys are watching this visually, that's what this is. It's not a prop. This is actually real, and I might have some in a couple minutes.
It also smells great.
It smells amazing. Yeah. Absolutely, man. So let's start at the beginning. Eric, tell me, your upbringing, Manalapan, New Jersey. Did you obviously, when you were, growing up as a kid, I'm assuming food content creation was not in your purview as what you wanted to do, right?
Far from it.
So tell me the steps leading up to this. Like, who were you as a young kid growing up? Who inspired you? Give me the whole 360.
Yeah, I mean, I was a picky eater.
Really?
For much of my childhood and my upbringing for a long time.
Wild.
But at the same time, food was still very much a focal point in my house. Holidays, we had dinner as a family around the table almost every night of the week, which I'm wildly grateful for.
Nice.
Because I didn't know that other people don't have that. In fact, a lot of people don't have that.
No.
So I'm sure I took it for granted at the time, but now I can look back and really appreciate that. But food for me was not that exciting. I liked the simple things.
Chicken tenders, fries.
The basics, grilled cheese. I was afraid to try new things. My dad would pay us to try new vegetables and things like that. We would have eating contests at the table to see who can eat 10 string beans the fastest. That was his way of getting us to enjoy eating vegetables.
Get your buy-in.
Yeah. And he smoked us every time too.
Dude, did you win the competition?
No.
Come on.
I don't think I could. Maybe now I can get some revenge on him, but he killed us every time.
Every time.
Every single time. But it got to a point where I was getting almost embarrassed going out to eat with my friends, families. I'm sitting with my friends and then their parents and their siblings and everyone's ordering off the menu and I'll have the chicken tenders. I'll have the grilled cheese. Just sticking to what I know. I was afraid to try new things. But I was, at some point I was interested in trying new things. I liked watching Food Network on TV. That was a nice outlet for me and to stoke my curiosity and at least get me thinking about foods that I maybe would want to try one day.
Gotcha.
And then, when you start to get a little older, you have to start fending for yourself a little bit. So buying your own food, cooking your own food.
Experimenting. All that stuff. Yeah.
And then, when I moved out, I'm really on my own, forced to.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean I couldn't just do boiled pasta and grilled cheese and quesadillas and things like that. But I started to grow up and I wanted to expand my horizons. And that's, a lot has happened since then.
It's wild. Yeah,
it's interesting looking back that I was not, an avid foodie or whatever label you want to put on it. Far from it.
Far from it, man.
Yeah.
But look at you today, man. I mean, your hard work and your dedication has gotten you to, one of the biggest in New Jersey as far as doing food content creation. And it's very sweet to think about this for a minute that, you said it came from those family dinners. And we all know how big food is when it comes to family. It's almost like a communal, gathering of love and kind of family. And how big is your family really? You have a tight-knit family?
Tight-knit family.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, dude.
Both my parents. I have 2 brothers. I'm the middle of 3 boys. Got a pretty big extended family. Lots of cousins, older, younger, similar age. Holidays are always something that we look forward to.
Get together. And to this day, same thing. Everybody, oh man, they probably drive you nuts now, right? Oh, I saw this video of you eating this. How was that?
Comes from a good place. It's funny. Actually, 2 weeks ago, one of my cousins got married, and at his wedding, he came up to me and said, "Eric, you got to come meet my friend. He wants to meet you." I said,
so cool,
I said to my cousin Peter, I said, "I'm sure I would love to, but I'm sorry that you're doing this at your wedding. You're introducing me to one of your friends who recognizes me and wants to say what's up." But he, it was no big deal, and I was happy to say hello, of course. But
of course, man,
it is what it is. I'm happy to do it always.
Well, it is, dude. Is what you do for a living right now is the one way to get to somebody's heart is food.
Sure,
and you're doing all the hard work for us. So when I Like, perfect example, we were just talking to Tony off air, Labibi Prime, which is my man. Shout out to Labibi Prime. You did an amazing review for them, right? And I already had like everything you had. So I know how good this is, but have I not been there? That video for me was what hooked me. And I was like, wow, this guy is like legit. Like the way he describes it, the food, you're taking the workout of average person works 9 to 5, 60 hours a week, whatever, has a family. They don't have time to sit there and read menus and go to all these restaurants. They want to just go, sit down, and know what they're getting is good. And I think you provide that platform for a lot of people. And it's in the heart that you're touching them. It's food. You know what I mean?
And I try to do it in a way where it's not only about the food, but it is the whole experience and the storytelling. And I want it to feel like if you're watching the video, that you're sitting across the table from me. Especially when I make videos literally sitting at my kitchen table, looking at my phone. I want people to put themselves in that seat. They are facing me across the table. Me and my fiance, we're just eating, talking shit, chopping it up, just having a conversation. There happens to be food that we're eating, but it's just as much about the people that I'm with and what's the conversation is as it is the food.
It's a vibe, yeah.
And for those videos, like if I'm at a restaurant, anyone can go make a video and talk about the food, but I try to separate myself by injecting a little bit of humor into it and creating this story where it feels like a whole experience. It's not just I ordered this, and that. It's so much more than that.
It's an experience.
Yes.
And I think that's important because a lot of people now, and shout out to people that are just starting out or trying to, get used to what they're doing as far as content creation. But you got to start somewhere, right? But you offer a different level of an experience so that when I'm watching these videos, I feel tapped into you, but tapped into the experience you're providing.
Thank you.
And I think it's really big because a lot of people, anybody can put up a camera and get a light on their phone and be like, oh, look, I'm having a cheeseburger. It tastes so good. But it's like you going that extra step to create this, like you're curating an experience that can really make someone jump out and say, you know what, I'm going to go there.
It took a long time to get to that point though, because I was that person for a long time, just talking to nobody, talking about the cheeseburger.
And it's weird, right? Because it's like, it's something, it's unnatural for a human being to just have a phone in front of them and just say, hi, it's me, or whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
I had another guy in here, Josh Food and Stuff, good friend of mine.
Yeah, I know Josh.
And, you know
Good
Josh?
guy,
That's my dude, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Josh. He was on here, and that's the one thing he talked about was his first video sucked. Like he said, I sat in the car and it was the worst video I ever made, but I got better.
Yeah.
Tell me about your first video and how you got better.
My first video was eating a cereal in my apartment. I forget which cereal it was. I'd eaten cereal. I'd made some sort of cereal videos before but on Instagram story specifically, just for my friends. But then during the pandemic, like so many people, I downloaded TikTok. It was already, popping off.
Yeah.
But I said, let me take a shot here and
let me try it.
Let me learn what this platform is, because I am an avid social media user myself. I'm a consumer.
Right.
And I also worked in the industry, in the social world. I worked in advertising and marketing and in the content space. So I'd be doing myself a disservice to not try this platform out that's everyone's talking about.
Correct.
I didn't necessarily have to make videos. I could have just scrolled like everybody else, but I wanted to try to learn the ins and outs of it. But that first video was terrible. And I remember the second video I made was from a place in Hoboken called O Bagel.
O Bagel, yeah. Okay.
Shout out to O Bagel. My boy Steve is
Shout
killing
out
it.
O Bagel, yeah.
Yep. They had a fall special breakfast sandwich. It's called the Hayride. It's a sausage, egg, and cheddar with apple butter and caramelized onions on a pumpkin spice French toast bagel. Wow. Yeah, exactly. It's like fall mornings and Thanksgiving and hangovers all mixed into one beautiful sandwich.
Whoa.
And I went there, brought it home, made a terrible video with an awful voiceover. And Steve, the owner, sent me a message and said, hey, I love your video. I need someone to help. I need someone to run the O Bagel TikTok account. Will you do it?
Whoa.
And I said, hey man, thanks. Just to be clear, this is my second video that I've ever made. Are you sure?
Yeah.
And he basically said, I'm new to this also. Let's learn this thing together.
I like that. He gave you a bridge.
Yeah.
I
I became a freelance employee of Obagel, making TikToks and learning with Steve and making videos that, looking back now, terrible. At the time, I was, somewhat proud of them and saw a little bit of success. And then one day we had the dumbest video go viral. And it was the first time I seen a video that I was a part of just skyrocket. It was, we're spent hours in the shop one day filming all these sandwiches being made, and it just snowed, and he just had a fresh batch of bagels come out of the oven, and he's like, yo, let's go outside, and the bagel's steaming. It'll look sick outside because it's cold out.
Air. Yeah.
And he takes this gorgeous Jersey everything bagel, and he knocks on the bagel on the outside because the perfect Jersey bagel has this crust on the outside.
Yes.
And then he cracks it open, and you can see the dough like stretching and breaking inside and the steam coming out. It was an epic video.
Nice.
Still to this day.
I gotta see. I haven't seen that one yet.
I'll show you. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then I remember we posted that video, and I was sitting on my couch watching the number go up,
just keep going.
3,000 views. And then I refreshed 5,000, 10,000. It was
that's wild.
A high that I don't think I'll ever actually be able to recapture that. Like that endorphin rush was incredible.
Gee, how much did it hit to this point, to this day? How many views is that?
A couple million. Yeah. I think it's still pinned on their profile. It has been for years.
That is freaking
awesome.
So you're talking about a couple videos in and you hit gold.
With Obagel. I was still making my own videos that nobody was seeing. I remember if I posted a video that got 1,000 views, that was a measure of success for me.
Correct.
1,000. And that's a very arbitrary number, but I had videos that were getting 90, 216, 456.
You're building.
Nothing was really cracking, and I was seeing people posting videos and their videos are taking off, and I'm trying to pull inspiration from different people and try different things, different formats and whatever, just throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick, and nothing was working for me. But I was still, I was working with Obagel and seeing some success with their videos, and we kept riding that wave and trying new things. And ironically, every time we would post a bunch of videos and then go back to posting another bagel being cracked open, that video again would pop off.
It's like, always that one thing that people they get addicted to a certain look and aesthetic, and once you keep feeding that, it just takes off.
Yeah, I mean, if you have something that's working,
why don't break it? Don't try to change it.
Yeah,
roll with it.
Exactly.
That's it, brother.
While still being open to tasting and testing new things and failing or succeeding, but recognizing, oh, this is working. People like this. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
That's so dope, man. Yeah. And it kind of snowballed into this, okay, I got something here. You already have a background in advertising and marketing. So you kind of have your, you understand how to market and how to make things work, right? As far as like presenting an idea to, the general public and getting the hook.
For sure. Yeah. Know? Being on the brand side of things, you get a very different perspective than being on the creator side, especially, but there's so much I learned from being at this agency and working with big household names and brands and how they operate and what message they want to get across and how they want to package it up aesthetically and put it out there and what they want to say. And
you got the A
everything.
to Z. Yeah, you got the A to Z. Like you got like the training you needed to put you into your own entrepreneur self with what you're doing now.
Yeah, I've said for a very long time that helped me as a creator because I was informed from learning how these brands move and seeing what they do. And then through a lot of trial and a lot of error, I learned a lot as a creator that I can now bring back to my full-time job and help at work. Like, hey, I know this is not going to work because I've tried this. Let's try this instead. Mm-hmm. There's this new trend. Let's try that. I'm seeing it. I'm on the app all day.
You understand. You're applying it.
Yeah.
And I think the major thing you said in the last two sentences is a lot of error.
Oh my gosh.
And I think people in this day of microwave content, they're just like, I want to become, famous. I want to be a content creator so bad, but they're scared to do a lot of errors. Mm-hmm. And how much of that made this resilience and strength in you to keep doing this?
yeah, I don't even know what it was that made me be willing to eat the shit until I saw some success. I never had aspirations to be making content as my career.
Right.
But I also never felt like I was going to just stop doing it.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't I'm going to do this until it works mindset. It was I know through consistency and through learning and making changes and, again, testing and trying new things and throwing shit at the wall.
Seeing what sticks.
Something will stick eventually.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then like something else will stick. You never know what door will open.
Yes.
But it never felt like an option for me to just stop making content because people weren't watching. And then when you do get a little bit of success, when you have one video that people, for me, a couple thousand views was a big deal, right? But when you get one that's big, your first taste of going viral is like, okay, I've got something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going.
Let's mold it.
It's it's like a vote of confidence from the public. It's like, all right, this
is working.
could be
something.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
And you're in a unique position because normally people that are chasing a dream or a goal that's kind of unattainable or it's hard to reach, they like hate their job. But I don't feel like you hated your job.
No, I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. So that's so unique to me because that's like, you're like an anomaly. No one ever like has a job they like and leave it for a passion unless, unless they hate their job, which in this case you didn't. So how big of a transition was that for you to like, in March of 2025, correct me if I'm wrong, you took that leap of faith and say, you know what, I'm going to leave this job behind. I'm going to put 1,000%, foot on the gas, 100 miles an hour to being a food content creator. Walk me and the audience through that transition phase.
Sure. Yeah. I did not hate my job. I liked my job very, very much. I learned a lot there. I worked there for 5.5 years. I saw the company change in many ways, many times, people coming in and out, for better, for worse.
Mm-hmm.
I got to a point where I felt like I was capped as a content creator so long that I had this job. And by this job, I mean this particular job, but also a job in general, just time and energy wise. When I was working my 9 to 5, I was working, but it got to a point where my mind was elsewhere. And if I only have so many hours in a day to make content, and
yes,
I felt like my path at my agency job wasn't super clear of like, okay, what's next? How can I grow? And do I want that?
Correct.
I had something else on the outside that I was passionate about. And it got to a point where I realized that financially I could transition, and this can, assuming things continue, there's a lot of uncertainty, obviously.
Always is. Yeah.
Yeah. But the numbers made sense where I could make the jump if I wanted to. Now doing both was even better, right? Having 2 incomes, having health insurance and everything that comes with a stable 9 to 5. But I wasn't hungry for that job anymore. So, and I had so many great ideas for content.
Yeah.
The chicken Caesar wrap search had taken off in the fall of last year. And it was the first time I had an ownable series that people loved, and that really helped grow my account.
Yes.
And I said, okay, great. I can do this, but I don't want to be the chicken Caesar wrap guy forever. I want to do something bigger.
Grow.
But I can't do that if I'm still working this job every day. I have ideas that I need to be fully in on. And that's the only way I'm going to know, in my opinion, if it actually will work. So I would say maybe around the holidays or early this year, it started to become a real thought of like, okay, this job is not going to work for me anymore. And if I can go get a new job, but then I have to give 110% to that new job, and I would want to do that, but then I'd be giving up everything else. Everything else would take a back seat. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Let me lean into this, jump into the deep end. And I was trying to time it out correctly, but there's no right time for it.
Never is.
And I remember my fiance, one day, I told her I had a date in mind of when I was going to quit my job. It was like a month out or a month and a half out. And then I think the next day I had a rough day at work or something
Yeah.
bothered me about the job. And she said, what are you waiting for? Like, why? She said, you don't need 2 extra paychecks. Like, that's not why you're staying. Like, what are you actually waiting for? And I said, you're right. And I think the next day I put my 2 weeks in, or my whatever the last day was going to be.
Wow. Brother.
Yeah.
Wow. I love the power in that, because I'm a strong believer, shout out to my wife, that strong woman behind you that motivates you and encourages you. You can't put a price point on that. You can't put a value on that. And it's something that a man, really needs, because we need direction, and we need, it's a biblical thing. In the Bible, they say it's you need a helper. Your wife, your fiance, she's your helper. You're the leader, but she's here to encourage you, to guide you, and to help you. And kudos to your fiance, man, for helping you kind of make that decision easier.
Yeah, Marissa is a ride or die. In fact,
shout out Marissa.
when we met, when we first started dating or hanging out, I was actually unemployed for a short period of time.
Okay.
So the fact that she stuck with me then,
dude, yeah, that's a keeper.
Or that's an indictment on her and her mindset. But regardless, she has seen me unemployed. She has seen me start a new job. She has seen me, rise the ranks a little bit and enjoy a job, and then get unhappy and have something else that I'm passionate about and grow that, and then leave the job for that thing that I'm passionate about, and not only support it, but encourage me to take that leap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a ride or die.
That's awesome, man. You're
she's
blessed,
the real deal.
Man. Seriously,
I am.
That story is very inspiring about having your fiance like kind of give you that motivation you need.
Yeah.
And again, it's a scary thing to make a transition when you're so used to something. Do you ever feel doubt or self-doubt at all?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. I always like to ask that to people, because I feel like no one talks about that a lot. It's like, I'm this person and I'm this image, but we all, and I always say this, we're all kind of scared inside, and we don't want to admit it because we got to be, we got to show that we got this, but there is a lot of doubt that goes in, not my mind, your mind, but a lot of people's mind. How do you navigate the doubt?
I don't know if I have a clear answer of like how I navigate it, but earlier this week, 2 days ago, I was kind of venting to Marissa about filling out this paperwork for my LLC. I'm a business owner now, so I have to do all this bullshit administrative stuff that I've never done before.
I've been there,
and I don't know how to do it. I'm filling out these forms online. I'm getting sent things from LegalZoom, and I'm forms from the New Jersey Department of Treasury, and the IRS is sending me mail, and talking to my accountant, and like, I don't know how to do all these things. Like, I'm trying to set up a bank account. I'm missing a form, and I'm venting to her, and after that conversation, and she was, very receptive to it, and she had some good ideas. So, hey, why don't you just like look at other options? Don't just commit yourself. This is the only way to do it. Like, take a step back. Very helpful. But that day, I was thinking, if I can't figure out how to get the right paperwork, maybe I'm not equipped to be a business owner. But then the next day I woke up and I'm like, no, this is just a problem for me to solve. And every business owner or every person who does something new is going to run into some roadblocks or detours or hardship or whatever. It's like, I can do this. I can learn how to do this. This is just paperwork, the way I was now looking at it. Just because I'm struggling to figure it out doesn't mean it's not for me. So that's just a silly example. But yeah, I doubt myself all the time. On the flip side, the stadium food tour project that I'm so passionate about. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. I know this is going to work. I don't doubt that it's going to be this big, massive success. I know it's going to be. I know it's going to take a little bit of time to get to that point, and I'm building the plane as I fly it. Mm-hmm. Is that the right phrase?
I like that.
I think so.
No, I mean, run with it. I've never heard it, so that's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I like it.
That's a corporate.
That's a corporate
buzz phrase
buzzword.
For sure. Yeah.
We're going to build a plane as we fly it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We'll circle back. Pencils down. Yeah. But I'm okay with this process. I knew it was going to be a bit of a long-term plan, and I know it's going to work. And I've seen people are really receptive to it. It's been great so far, and it's going to be even greater. This is just the beginning. I feel like I've just scratched the surface with it. So there are certain things that I have self-doubt with, and other things that I'm like, no, I'm delusionally confident.
Yes.
And I think that's okay.
Ooh, that's amazing. Yeah. The wow. Yeah. Talk about the delusional confidence. I think that's something that it taps into like a level of artistry where it's like people are going to call you crazy, but at the end of the day, if you have that belief, it's going to work.
Yes.
You know, like they called Michael Jackson crazy for spending his own money on the Thriller video. And that is the legendary video to this day that if you go and you see the zombies, you know, dancing, but while he was doing it, everyone thought he was a freaking nutbag.
Yeah.
But look, it worked. So I do talk about the delusional creativity. Like there's no such thing as I'm going to fail.
Yeah. So the reason for the stadium food tour, I think it'll all maybe tie in together, or I'll just ramble, either one.
Bring it on, dude.
But with the chicken Caesar app search, like I said, that was the first time I had some success with a series, and I wanted to do something different. I love sports as much as I love food, probably even more. It's my life. My entire childhood was, I didn't care about anything except for sports, right? For the most part. And there's nobody doing that. There's nobody going to different stadiums and highlighting the different foods that are there. People are creatures of habit. They eat what they eat. They have a hot dog. They have a beer. They don't want to stray from that. That's totally fine. I respect that. Me too, by the way. Can't beat the classics.
Can't beat a nice cold beer, a nice hot dog with the old school bread, not like the regular hot dog bread. Like I'm talking about like the sandwich bread.
Oh, like a piece of white bread. Yeah, but where can you get that?
Fenway Park, I had it.
Oh, I had a Fenway Frank on a bun, though, a regular bun.
Dude, I saw your video. I was so mad I didn't see it before I went to Fenway because you had some exclusive food.
Yes.
I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
I had the hot dog with a lobster roll and a freaking, Michelob Ultra. Like, sure. I'm like, dude, where did you find this food?
Well, I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more.
Yes.
But shit, I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about starting the stadium tour.
Yeah. So there's nobody doing this, and I want someone to be doing this. So I'll be that person. I'll do it. No one's done it before, as far as I know. No one is doing it really well, as far as I can tell. People go to stadiums and eat food and make videos all the time, but why can't this be my thing? There's such a void in the market, and I think like sports are not going anywhere. Food is not going anywhere. Like sports are only getting bigger and bigger, and there's these massive companies. Like the NFL is running the world right now, it feels like.
Yes.
Right? So this was such an obvious thing for me to lean into. And that was really what drove me to leave my job, because I had this one thing that I was burning inside me. And I've had ideas before, and I try not to act on ideas right away. I see do I feel passionate about this the next day? Okay, great. I do. How about the next week? Yeah, I'm still really into this. What about a month later? It is still burning inside me. Sometimes it's gone by then. And it doesn't mean it can't come back, but this idea was like in my ear at all times. And that's why I took the jump to do it. And that's why I know it's going to work, because I was and still am in many ways that obsessed sports fan. I ride for my teams, even though they don't deserve it. They suck.
The Yankees suck right now. That's my team. And I know you were venting about the Mets before.
Yeah, the Mets and the Jets.
God, you're a Jets fan, bro?
I live a life of pain.
How'd you even mention that? I mean, we got to cut that out the podcast, right, Eric? I was just joking.
If I can go back and find other hobbies and not be a sports fan, I would take that right now. If I can go back 25 years and tell my dad, hey, sorry, don't like sports, don't want to root for the teams you root for, I would do it.
It's tough.
I swear.
No, I get it's an undying love that you have, and it's part of your childhood. It's nostalgic, and it connects just like food.
Yes.
It's ironic how you put, and I have that. That's one of my questions. You connect food and sports together, which are the two things that you love the most.
Yeah.
From a family perspective, and obviously from being a sports fan, like they kind of mesh perfect together. So I think you're a trailblazer.
Thank you.
In this space right now, because you're an artist, not a salesman. I'm going to say it because you took something that you love, food and sports. How can I mesh this? Businessman, you were so hard on yourself about an LLC 10 seconds ago, but look at you being a businessman, creating a want in the world that you think there's a void that needs to be filled. And you filled it.
Yeah.
And you're doing great at it, and you're passionate about it. You wake up in the morning and you want to hit a wall. It is your North Star. So I think you found it, and now you're just, the passion connected to it is going to keep you elevated.
I think so.
You know,
and
what
the
I
way
mean?
that these stadiums continue to innovate, these new stadiums that they're every day, they're so state of the art, and they're doing so much for the fan experience. And I'm sure they're making a ton of money at their concessions and everything,
Heck yeah.
but a lot of people don't know about the things that are at the stadiums. Fenway Park, for example. I get messages and comments like that all the time. I've been going to games for years, have never seen this. Thank you for posting this. And now I know I sit in the section next to this that you posted. I'd never seen this here. Now I know. Tomorrow I'm going to the game. I'm trying it. Like that is those are
That's
real.
amazing.
I know.
I was low key hating when I saw that. I
get it.
I sat second row behind the Yankee dugout. Okay, so you're thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have it's not like Yankee Stadium. You got to go get up, get your hot dog, get your burger, whatever the case is. And there was nothing in my current area that I can eat that was like different or unique. So when I saw your video, I was like, man, that's what made me really start to hone in. Like, okay, I see what you're doing here.
Sure,
you're providing a service for the average person like me that doesn't have time to think about the food.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is going to get you to places you can only hardly imagine you'll be at because you're a likable person too.
Thank you.
And you actually care.
Yes.
So
deeply.
Yeah. Like to every, sometimes they call me crazy because, oh, I need the pins here. I need this here. I have to wear my shirt. That's all part of the branding and the marketing, but it's also the passion. I want to make sure the story is told the right way, make the guests feel comfortable. Tell your story. And I feel like you hit down the head with the stadium tour model that you're doing right now.
And like I said, I know that there are people who are as passionate about their teams as I am, and even more so. And I know there are people who are as passionate about food as I am, and more so. And guess what? We don't have to agree on those things either. We can root for different teams. We can like different foods. But as a sports obsessed person, you know how into a game you can get.
Heck yeah.
And how much you'll ride for your team. And if there's a playoff run, it is appointment television. It is nothing else matters.
Yep. Do not disturb.
Right. In the off season, you care. It is not just during the season. It is around the clock, around the calendar. So I'm trying to tap into that sports world because I was that person as a child growing up rooting for my teams, and I am now also just a little bit differently. And then I can add in food. Like people are eating. You have to eat. You go to a game, you're eating something.
You're eating something.
Yes. So that's why I know there are people out there that I'm trying to cast a net over.
Gotcha. No, and you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
And I think a question I have for you that, I can tell you from my experience, when these lights come on and the guest is sitting down, I am in my zone. I love what I do. How is it for you in the process of making these videos in real time? Is it frustrating? Is it difficult? Are you overthinking the pictures, the shots? Are you overthinking your voiceover work? Or is it very enjoyable? Like, does it feel like work or is it kind of hard?
Some combination of all of those things, to be honest. Cool. Yeah, I'm an overthinker in the sense that I need to be the one who's getting the shots and doing the editing. Like I have a vision for that sort of thing, and I don't want to delegate that to somebody else. But I also know, even though this is my career and this is something that a project that I'm trying to grow, if I don't get the perfect shot, okay, I don't have it. If I can't get it for some reason, I'll use what I have. Like it's not the end of the world.
I like it. Okay.
So I don't know if that answers the question.
No, that answers the question.
Okay.
I was always curious. I'm an overthinker. So every little, and I think it's part of being an artist, right? Like, my team here, I love them. They do an amazing job here at Flexwork, but Julian, Jake, they know I'm in that group chat. I don't like the way this looks. Tilt this to the left, change this here. Can you change the color here? Can you clip this instead of this? And it's more of like, I can be OCD when it comes to my art, but it's also a passion of mine. So it's like you putting out these videos of your food content. It's your name at the end of the day. So you got to have some level of care, but when do you know it's enough to take the foot off and just be like, you know what, I'm going on faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm showing up to a stadium with a plan. So I've done my homework. Excuse me.
No, you're good.
I know what people are eating at those stadiums. I do my own research. I watch videos. I read online. I go on the stadium's website.
Beast.
I have an idea of what I think I might want to highlight, but I also want to lean on the people who work there. So if I can get in touch with people who work there, and that's something that I've gotten really into, and that's a priority for me, like connecting with the staff there and the team. I want to lean on them too because they know what sells, they know what people are eating and not eating, and they have things that they're really proud about. So yeah, I'm down to highlight those things as well. So I'm not just showing up. If I have to show up, if me and you go to a game tomorrow and we just show up and I can wing it.
Yeah.
But if I can get organized with it, I'll try to connect with those teams beforehand.
Smart.
The concessions teams. So like Aramark, Delaware North, those are the two big players.
Yes, Aramark.
Yeah,
Yes,
Aramark
correct.
is they're a
That's big
beast.
dog. Yeah,
they run concessions at most stadiums and hospitals and cafe. They do
they're
everything.
big dog.
They're all over the place.
Gotcha.
So if I can connect with someone on the Aramark team at a stadium beforehand, a couple weeks, I'll tell them a couple weeks out, hey, I'm coming into the stadium in a few weeks. This is what I do. Here's some examples of some of my work. They've always been receptive to that. Like, yeah, we'd love to host you. And instead of just saying, yes, great, see you then, I say, hey, let's get on a call. I want to set expectations. I want to meet. I want to see what you look like. Like, let's have a 10-minute chat just so I can level set what that day is going to be like. Because this is my job. This is work for me.
Yeah, correct.
I don't want to show up and be like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, what do you want to show me? I want to know. And over time, I've learned. So Fenway actually is a great example because I got connected with the team who works there, Aramark.
Nice.
Great
okay.
team.
Yep.
They gave me some concessions items, super generous. They showed me some of the things that are around the stadium for everyone to get. But mostly they showed me some things that are in their exclusive clubs that not everyone can go to.
There you
Something
go.
like this delicious beef brisket.
Which we're going to try later, by
Yes,
the way.
we are.
I got to try your review.
So that stuff's awesome. But how many people are going to be able to experience that? It's like they want to show me one of their sweets. Great. That's amazing for me, but that's not capturing the whole fan experience, the average fan experience. So now when I get on these calls with these teams beforehand, I tell them, hey, if you guys have things you want to show me, I would love to see it. But my focus is highlighting the concessions that everybody in the stadium can access. Whether or not they want to, they like the prices and it's for them, that's for them to decide. But I want to show what everybody who's coming to the stadium can access. And if you have some things you want to show me that you're really proud of also, let's see it. Yeah.
Love
but
it,
I
man.
want the focus to be on the average fan because I am the average fan.
Absolutely. And you want to highlight that to your fan base.
Yes.
And I think there's 3 words that, we see on boxes, especially moving boxes, delivery boxes. But I think it has to be said in the space, and that's handle with care. And I think you handle with care. Like there's some people that kind of wing it, and it's okay to wing it with certain things, but you can't. KRS-One, legendary hip hop head, said this. He said, you can never freestyle your career, right? You got to actually write your rhymes. You got to actually recite your rhymes, handle with care. And I think you do that. It's like, okay, the finished product looks so easy, a 30-second video, but a 30-second video is like 4 or 5 hours of actual hard work that goes behind it.
Oh, yeah.
To this, and that's the handle with care. It's like you really do care about what your fans are seeing, what your followers are seeing, and not giving them some like some pseudo bullshit like, oh, I'm in a suite with champagne. When the average blue collar fan that is working on a $60,000 a year salary and has 2 kids and a mortgage, they can't be in those suites.
Sure.
So they need like the accessible concession things. And I love that because it also ties back to your fandom.
Yeah.
You started as a young kid going to these games and eating the hot dogs, eating the burgers, eating the popcorn. And it's almost like a labor of love.
Yeah. And I still am, I'm a Jet season ticket holder. It's
nice.
The worst financial decision anybody can make.
Oh, God.
I'm lighting money on fire every single fall. It's terrible. But I'm in row 42. I'm not sitting front row. I'm not sitting in a suite. I'm watching the game with my brothers and my dad and my friends and amongst fans. I'm not. That's who I am.
You're a man of the people.
I guess so.
Yeah, seriously, you're a man of the people. Yeah, you have this energy about yourself that's kind of like chill, laid back, and humble. Where you meet people and it's like they portray this certain version of who they are on social media, and then in person they're either a shell of that. They have like no personality, or they're just super Hollywood.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But you come off as a real organic, salt of the earth type of guy.
Thank you.
No, thank you, man, because we need more people like that.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think there's a real sense of genuine feeling that you get as a human being that transcends through the people watching you. And that's why you're becoming more successful.
I think that's why people have made the decision to support me and follow me and watch my content and engage with it, because I think I've heard from other people it feels real to them, much like what you just said.
Correct.
They feel like they are sitting on the other side of the table, as I described before. They feel like I'm just a regular dude. I'm just like them. And you know, we're all different, and like that's amazing to hear, but like it's flattering to hear that. But I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I am just a regular dude. I'm eating food. I'm not doing anything that is any different from anybody else. Whether you're a content creator or not, like everyone's going home and eating dinner tonight. I happen to just put my phone on and record and then put it online for some people to see.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, people like that. But I'm also not afraid to put my personality out there. And that's how I think I differentiate myself, because I'm not a photographer. I don't have advanced video editing skills. I'm not a pretty face for people to look at.
You're not horrible, man.
Thank you. Thank you. But I needed to bring something to the table that was unique.
Yes.
And I know that I can talk to people, and that works. And I can drop a bad joke here and there, and people relate to that. They can resonate with that. So I think that's what makes me a man of the people, a regular guy, right? So I'm just doing what everyone else is doing, and being open that I'm that regular guy.
No, I love it. And I love the regular guy because it's who you are, but there's also some other level you're tapping into of like super businessman.
Sure.
Like, hey, like that's what I wanted to ask you, like with the stadium tours, it's amazing. And correct me if I'm wrong, end goal, branding, partnerships with teams, merchandise. I can see you throwing out the first pitch at a couple games. Like, is that the end goal?
I've gone back and forth on what the end goal is. And I actually don't know if there is one specific end goal, but getting acclimated with the leagues themselves, that seems to be like my North Star right now.
Gotcha.
It's like work with Major League Baseball to highlight their stadiums' foods. Work with the NFL to go to different stadiums and talk about their food game and their tailgates or whatever whatever the fan experience is. If that means it's on TikTok forever, fine. If that means it's on TV, fine. I don't have aspirations to be on TV. Yeah. Although I do think this could probably be a TV show at some point, depending on how it progresses.
Now we're talking. You see, that's what I mean. Like, and again, I don't know where the plane's going to land, so to speak. But you're getting to a place where, with the popularity of your page and the popularity of your videos, the opportunities you're not going to have to knock on the doors anymore. They're going to be knocking on yours.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Since the beginning, the plan has always been, I don't have a plan. Let's throw as much shit at the wall as possible, see what sticks, see whatever doors open, go through that door, and keep doing that. And I've leveled up that way. Now, being a business owner, I'm still doing that. I'm still I'm willing to fall flat on my face and fail and try new things. But I am thinking about, okay, now like this is my job. I have a fiance who is very supportive, but I want to be able to support her and my family at some point, right? So I'm thinking more long-term. And I don't have this, like, this is the end goal. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. But I am thinking about things a little bit more business-oriented. Yeah. And I take it very seriously without taking myself and my content too seriously. I post a video, I'm on to the next one. If that post flops, I don't care. I do not care. Do I want it to? Of course not. Do I want this video that I posted tonight to go viral and be a huge thing and get me followers? Absolutely. But they're all little pieces to the puzzle as far as I'm concerned. A puzzle that I don't know what it's going to look like. But the fact that you're building it is amazing. Yeah. And they use this analogy in baseball all the time, and I think it resonates with what you and me do. Baseball players have to have a short memory. Sure. So if you have an error, if you struck out 4 times and you got the golden sombrero, just tomorrow, brand new day. It's kind of the same thing what we talked about. Oh, that video didn't do good. Short memory. Tomorrow, we're going to do good on this one. And that resilience you have, it's a very mature mind. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? 33. 33. Okay, yeah. So you're still,
I wish I was 33 again. Anyway,
You look 33.
Oh, thank you. I'm in my 40s.
Hell yeah.
So thank you for the compliment. If I had hair, you'd probably say 27.
I'm not far behind. That's why I'm wearing a hat,
nah,
brother.
dude, you look good, bro.
It's bad.
I want to commend this because you're pretty much you're in the middle. You're in your early 30s, so you're pretty young still. But the commitment and level of commitment you have to your passion and your businessship and your entrepreneurialism, I love it. I'm enamored by that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because a lot of people at your age right now, they're just give me everything on a silver platter. I deserve this. But you're kind of just figuring it out. Does that come from like your father or your mother? Like, where did you find this sense of resilience? Because I see a lot of resilience in you.
I wouldn't say it comes from my parents, but it doesn't not come from them. I would say they're old school traditionalists. I think they were very nervous about me leaving my job.
Right.
In their eyes, he didn't leave a job for another job.
Got it. That's old school mentality.
My dad, my dad would always say like, "Oh, don't quit your job until you have another job lined up." That's who he is, and my mom feels the same way, and that's totally fine. And I respect that, and they've instilled amazing morals in me. My dad has always instilled financial literacy in me from a young age, which I'm very, very appreciative of. Like always pay your credit card bill in full.
So you have no interest.
Yes.
My man, I love the way he thinks.
I've never not paid a credit card bill in full. I'm terrified of credit card debt. I've seen it consume people and it ruins their lives.
Yes.
And I do not want to do that. And I'd rather live a little bit more frugally while paying everything off. Like I don't want to have any debt like that. So if I have to cook dinner a couple nights a week extra instead of going out because I don't have as much money in my account because I paid my bill in full, so be it. But again, my parents, they are very supportive. They love what I do. They brag to their friends. My dad says, "Oh, my coworker started following you on Instagram today.
Oh,
my other friend's going to this restaurant you talked about. Do you have a recommendation for this person?" So I love that.
That's cool.
They're very supportive. My dad has started a business of his own in the past. Nice. It was successful, and then it wasn't successful, but he tried. And I watched that happen, and I watched him be excited about it. I watched the ups and downs. And that was inspiring. Even seeing him, I don't consider it a failure just because he's no longer running that business. Mm-hmm. It was a chapter of his life that I had a front row seat for. And maybe I wasn't old enough to learn about things from an entrepreneurial mindset, but I watched what he did. He took a leap of faith, in my opinion. He worked as a commodities broker for decades. And that was maybe a dying business. And maybe that was part of the reason why he did what he did. But he left a very stable industry or a stable job or something he'd done for so long, try something different. That's scary. Mm-hmm. And I love that. And that was very inspiring to me. So I guess there are things that I've gotten from both my parents. And again, the fact that they're supportive is the most inspiring.
That's an amazing story because you kind of had the blueprint set up by seeing your dad go through that. And interestingly enough, here you are leaving a job that is in marketing, which is like a really hot job at the moment, to start your own business. And it's like, okay, it's kind of been built in you in some way to kind of, do it because your dad did it. Yeah. And sometimes we do it unconsciously. We don't really know. It's almost like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree type of, analogy where, even though you're not like your dad 100% or like, your mother, but you kind of follow certain footsteps and groundings. Yeah. That's built off what you've seen in the past.
Yeah. And I would say that they're relatively risk averse, which I actually appreciate because that is at my core, I am very risk averse in many ways. Well. Yeah. But I've always wanted a little bit more than just doing what everybody else does, just being part of the grind on the 9 to 5 and commuting to the office and having a job. Money has been a driving factor. It's like, I like the idea of, it's not even so much being wealthy, but I don't want to have to worry about money. So that's not the driving factor for me, but I've always been of the mindset of, I want to do more than just okay. I want bigger and better and not flashier for anybody else.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I know there's potential for me to level up. And the fear of not living up to that potential, that kills me. That's
here.
a real fear that I have inside of always feeling like I could be doing more. I could be doing better. I don't want that. And I feel like now I am going down a path where I can hopefully put that behind me, that fear, and really extinguish that.
How do you navigate that fear day to day?
Just keep throwing shit at the wall and trying not to think about it too much and keeping myself busy.
Yeah.
Trying to stay on track and
yeah.
productive, which productive can mean all kinds of things, and that's very subjective. But keep moving forward. Try not to harp on it too much. If something doesn't work, okay, next one.
I think that's something that a lot of men in general deal with.
Sure.
Because it's like so much pressure to perform and to, be the leader, right? And to, earn and to provide. It's a lot. Like it's tough for men out here, and we don't have a safe space where we can just be like, dude, I'm so stressed out, man. Oh my God, man. It's like, because, it's like you got to kind of have this bravado of like, no, I'm a man. You know what I mean? But I also feel the flip side to that is you work hard. You hit whatever number you wanted to hit. You went to 3 stadiums this week. I'm just freestyling now. And a wise man once said, when you have a moment to sit, just sit. And I think that's hard for people like you and me to do. But I encourage you to do that once in a while. And just like no phone, no TV, just sit.
Yeah.
And you really get to reflect. And it happens to me on vacation a lot, where I look forward to vacation. Yeah. Like you went to Italy too. I want to talk about that. It was amazing. 39 espressos or whatever you had. Yeah. Holy cow.
I think it was 31 or 30.
Beast mode.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But doing that, there's a level of like mental cognition that happens. It's almost like a switch when you're able to not do nothing that inspires you. That kind of turns on this creative lever that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think for you to do that, you got to sit.
Yes.
You got to like not do nothing.
Yeah. Let me unpack this a little bit. If that's cool.
Please.
So
please.
I cherish my downtime, my alone time, my morning routines. Like this is how I recharge my social batteries. It's how I start the day on the right foot. Like being able to have a little bit of time to myself in the morning and just in general. Like that is how I have the energy to do other things, to go out and do what I do. Now on vacation, so I do sit. It's strategic and I'm productive when I'm sitting. But in your example about vacation, I remember I went to Cancun with Marissa for my 30th birthday, and I was fully anticipating being productive on that trip, right? Like sitting on the beach, reading, taking notes, doing what I do at home, just with a frozen banana daiquiri in my hand.
Yeah.
The waves crashing. Marissa and I barely spoke to each other for 6 days because we just shut off.
Yeah.
We were on the same page. I was shocked how much I was actually able to disconnect. I had my phone, I'm listening to podcasts and music, but I was not worried about anything else back home. I was on the beach, present, just there. It was the most relaxed either of us have ever been. It was incredible.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's you. My wife always preaches that. She's kind of like you as far as like, I wake up early, don't talk to me. I need to have my mental space. And we all do our own thing. Like we work out at 4:30 in the morning, but it's the only time I have to myself. And people that my listeners, they know, I tell this story a million times. 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning, I'm in the gym, headphones on, music, podcasts, inspirational stuff, lifting weights, sweating my butt off, and just kind of like preparing myself for the day. And it's a place of peace for me. And on vacation, just like you, it does feel kind of euphoric to put on something and just not talk. Because we talk. So I talk on the podcast. I talk what I do for a living. You talk on videos. So for the first time, you can just not have to talk.
Yeah,
It's
and we were
blessing.
at an all-inclusive, so everything is already done for you. So we also say that we barely made a single decision on that trip. Like we just sat with, let's go to the beach, let's just sit down. The only decisions were like, what's my next drink? Which of the 7 restaurants you want to go to tonight? That was it.
I love it.
There was
It's
nothing.
so
There was
simple.
nothing to do. It
It's
was
so
it was
simple.
great. And not every vacation is like that. Right? Like Italy was more of traveling than a vacation in many ways, but it was great, and it was just as fulfilling, differently.
Right.
But that trip was like it was the first time, and I was surprised that I was able to really just disconnect. It was nice.
Yeah, it's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
It's a good
and you don't have
thing.
to go on vacation to do that. I think that was your point. It's like when you
Yes.
can sit,
You
sit,
just
right?
sit.
Yeah,
Yep.
certainly easier, with 82 degrees and sunny and a light breeze and a daiquiri in one hand and a margarita in the other. But it's a state of mind more than anything.
Absolutely, man. And again, let's not forget the main focus point. You work your butt off. You deserve it.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of people, they twist the word deserve and earn. And I think it's a mixture of both. Like you deserve something because you earned it, and not be so hard on yourself because all the hard work culminated to this moment where you can sit back and really reflect on what you've done, and I think you actually hold that very well.
thank you.
Absolutely. And Italy being such an amazing traveling place, did that feel more like work than it did a getaway? Because I saw the video in the montage, I'm like, oh, this guy's grinding.
Yeah, I think it was a vacation for sure. We went out there for a friend's wedding, and that was the reason why we were out there in the first place. And we decided let's make this let's go to the wedding and then let's do a real vacation. Let's
Gotcha.
see Italy.
Yeah.
Obviously there's so much more to see. We just scratched the surface. We did a lot of touristy stuff, which is totally fine.
Awesome.
But we wanted to have our Italian vacation.
Heck yeah.
I was making content and working legitimately. Like that's making content is what I do
Work,
for a living.
Yeah.
But that never felt like work itself. And it doesn't almost ever in many ways, right? Like I'm going out to dinner and making content, like it's work, but it's still dinner at the end of the day. It wasn't as relaxing as a beach vacation, especially when there's a heat wave and you're walking 30,000 steps a day and sweating your ass off.
Hell
That was a challenge for sure, but amazing vacation. It was a vacation. Amazing traveling experience. It was traveling. I didn't think I was going to care about all the history in Italy, in Rome specifically. I was blown away. I'm not a history buff, and that was my favorite city because of how epic everything is. Everything is so big and old, and we don't have any of that here. If I told you there's a building down the road from the 1800s in New Jersey, that's ancient.
Yeah, that's ancient, yeah.
These buildings are 2,000 years old, sometimes more, and they're huge, and they're right in front of you. Turn a corner, bang, Pantheon's right there.
Wow.
Turn another corner, Roman Colosseum. I went into the Colosseum on a tour. It's the most crazy experience I've ever had.
Dude, is there blood on the wall still from back in the day?
Probably.
Crazy. That's
At one
wild.
point, we're standing on this platform. This lady's giving us a tour. For the first 10 minutes, I didn't hear a word she said. I was just so in awe of everything. We're literally standing on what she said is the floor of the Colosseum where the gladiators fought. And I'm just looking. I told Marissa, as the lady's talking, giving us a tour, I said, I got goosebumps. I can't even, I have no idea what she's saying. It was incredible.
Wow, that's like an outer body experience.
Yes.
I cannot wait to go to Italy.
And I didn't think I was going to care that much. I knew the Colosseum was going to be cool. And I knew seeing some of those things were going to be awesome, but blew me away.
I think culture is an important thing when you're a content creator or when you're doing anything where it has to do with reaching the people, because you find inspiration in culture. You know what I mean? Like I'm Puerto Rican. I can only go to Puerto Rico, but so much. And then the inspiration is not there anymore because it's my homeland. I got to go somewhere else to find that culture, to find that little bit of inspiration, And I think any artist, anybody that's a visionary or creative, they kind of need that to get better at what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not like even chasing the next big thing. It's just like, oh, this is new. This is different. I heard a quote somewhat recently. They said, don't be interesting, be interested.
Who said that?
I don't know. I wish I remember.
Good.
I know. It was hard too.
Whoa, don't be interesting, be interested.
Or don't try to be interesting, be interested. Something like that. Yeah, if you get a source for that, let's shout him out. But I read that and I wrote it down in one of my many pieces of paper I have on my desk. It's probably buried under something else, like a bill or whatever. But
Dale Carnegie.
oh yeah, that's the homie.
This might not be the actual quote. Let me just see. The importance of showing genuine curiosity about others and their experience rather than focusing on making. I mean, it's kind of the same thing that you just explained.
And I may have butchered the exact verbiage, but I interpreted it as.
Oh, no, my bad. It is. Yeah. The saying, be interested, not interesting, emphasizes the importance of showing genuine curiosity about others and their experiences rather than focusing on making oneself appear interesting.
Yes.
This approach, rooted in the work of Dale Carnegie, suggests that true connection and influence are built by actively listening and engaging with others rather than trying to dominate conversations.
Yes. So I especially,
that is fire, bro.
Yeah, isn't it?
Wow, that's fire. Shout out Dale Carnegie, man. How to Influence People.
That's right.
Yeah, nice.
That's one of the first books I read in my adulthood.
Wow.
Highly recommend. If you haven't read that, it's a must for anybody, regardless of what career you're in.
Amazing book. My wife, she put me on, and I listened to it once, and I got to listen to it again because it's like you got to keep listening.
I might pick it back up and start it again.
You got to pick it back
tomorrow
up.
morning for real. Yeah, for real. And I try to keep that in mind when I'm doing something new, going to a new restaurant, trying a new cuisine. Just in general, it's like I don't need to put on this front of this. Put on this personality and be this interesting person. Like, let me just be excited about what's in front of me and be open to that. And if that means I'm wrong about something or ignorant or I mispronounce something, like it's coming from a place of curiosity and wanting to learn and being okay with making those mistakes and being excited about the next time trying something else and getting the pronunciation a little bit more on point.
That's such a cool way to look at things. And I think a lot of people, if they adopt that mentality, can be a lot more successful.
Sure.
That is a really cool thing, man. You inspired me right now with that.
I love that.
We're so hard on each other, and I'm like, yeah, who cares if I mess up? Who cares if this doesn't come out the way I wanted it to?
Yeah.
It's all right.
And I know people look to me as a resource for restaurants in New Jersey, let's say, or stadium food. But I'm not an expert in anything, really. It might be my job to talk about these sorts of things and eat food and make these videos, but I'm still learning and I'm upfront about that. It's like, I'm far from an expert. I'm still learning new things about my editing software. I'm still learning new cuisines that I've never had before because very white household growing up where we had the same, 5 or 6 dinners on rotation. So I'm still new to the food world in many ways. I know that might sound silly to some, but that is the truth. So I try to go into everything with an open mind.
And your Hammer, is that your last name for real? I love that. That's a cool, where are you from? Like, it's like nationality, background.
All over Europe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of, I think there's some Polish, some Irish, Russian, German.
I like it.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Wow, but you landed on Hammer. I mean, that's a cool freaking...
I know, I wish I could take credit for it.
It's a family name. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Wow, no, when I first, started following you and seeing what you were doing, I thought it was like an alias or something. But it's kind of cool that it's actually the family name.
Yeah.
So that's a great name, man.
Thank you.
No, thank you, man.
It's fun when like a bouncer or somebody who like takes my ID, they'll hand it back and be like, sick name.
Sick name, right? Yeah,
that's
fun. It's a cool name.
Yeah.
It's a really cool name, man. And you're literally knocking down the hammer on all these reviews and these food content stuff, man.
Thank you.
So you are definitely crushing. I'm excited to see what's next for you, man. No,
I've tried to inject the word hammer or the name hammer into some sort of tagline, but nothing has felt right.
Right. Not yet.
If you have any ideas.
Oh,
I'm not looking for it, but I'm open to it. It always feels weird when I try to say the same thing, have like a sign off phrase or something that I do. And for people who have one and it works, great. It always feels a little corny for me to try it.
Yeah.
But
I think it's an organic thing. It's going to come out of left field. It's going to come out of nowhere, like poof, like, whoa, where did this come from?
Yeah.
And again, it's something that I also deal with. Like, I used to be a rapper way back. So my thing was always like, I need the right ad lib or I need the right catchy nickname. And now in the podcast space, it's like, okay, it's funny because like my intros, you said earlier, it was something I just did because going back to handle with care. I want the person sitting in front of me to be like, wow, I appreciate that this person took time to learn about me because I've been on podcasts and no names, but it's like, oh, they don't really know nothing about me. This is kind of like weird, you know, and it made me look at the person a little differently. You know, like it's cool to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now it's like guests call me. I can't wait to hear what you say in the beginning, man.
Sure.
So it's like becoming a thing. And I think you'll get there. That's something that it's going to come out of left field.
And again, if it does, I'm not looking for it.
You're not. That's the thing. Don't look for it. Just it's gonna just come out of nowhere.
And not only am I not looking for it, like I said, I don't need it. I don't care if it happens. I've just something that we're talking about my name and how people have said to try to incorporate that a little bit more, and I have tried, but it doesn't feel right, and that's cool. If anything, if nothing else, it's my name. And that's good enough.
It. And you rock with that till the organic thing comes, whenever that comes. If it comes. Yeah. Brother, I got some mastermind questions I always ask to everybody on the podcast. So I'm gonna spit these out to you, man. Think quick, and if you have a story to go along with the answer, please share.
So rapid fire with context as needed.
With context as needed. Yep, let's go, brother.
I'm nervous.
You might have already answered this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What book have you read that inspired you the most?
How to Win Friends and Influence People is one.
There we go. Yeah.
Another one is Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday.
Ego is the enemy.
Yes.
I like that.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's about not feeling like you are deserving of things just because you think you deserve them and keeping yourself in check and staying humble more than anything. It's a terrific read. I'm
going to look into that because I'm a big, killing the ego for me is big because at the end of the day, I always think, who are you? Who am I? Like, I'm not this, be humble and just come as you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get more with that than just acting like you're better than everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But I like that book. I'm going to look into it, brother. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. What person in your life has brought you the most influence? And don't worry about the whole quick answer. You can think.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because some people think, oh my God, I got to think of an answer right away.
Man, I'm going to say Marissa, my fiance, because she has changed my life in so many ways. She is the most amazing person that I've ever met. She makes me want to be a better human being. And I've never met someone like that before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Like I said, she's the real deal.
You got to keep her, brother.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Absolutely, man. That is congratulations to you.
Thank you. Hopefully she doesn't change her mind.
No. You got to keep her from what you tell me, bro. You're good. You have I don't mean keep her like single. You got to keep her. Like, she's a keeper. She's somebody you want to ride or die with. So that's amazing, man.
Facts.
Amazing, brother. What keeps you driven in life?
Man, opportunity.
I like it.
I why do we have to be going through our days not happy and just accepting that and just doing it over and over again? Like there's something better and bigger, and like you can choose to do things you like to do more than you think you might. There's so much opportunity for personally, professionally, spiritually, if that's important to you, right? Yeah. Like there's nothing but opportunity while we're here. And I'm driven by that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
I know it's like a vague, lofty answer, but
no,
man, there's so much unknown, and I'm okay with that. I'm excited to see what doors are opening and what opportunities are gonna come to fruition.
Great answer, brother.
Thank you.
Great answer, man. What's your lightest and darkest moment in life?
Man, these are some heavy hitters, bro.
We go deep, bro. We go deep.
Lightest and darkest, man. Lightest maybe when I made a career change into the marketing, advertising, creative world, because I studied finance back in college. I thought I wanted to go down that path. I sort of dipped my toes into it, but not really. But I was working jobs that I didn't like. I was going down a path that there was no happy future there. And I knew I needed a career change into something that was more me, something where I could put my personality into my job. And so once I made the switch into that creative world, a little bit of writing, a little bit of content, social media, marketing, like that has led to, without doing the finance stuff and then not realizing I don't want to do that, I never would have made the change to what I did want to do, which would never have led to what I'm doing now.
Absolutely. So it all
looking
connected.
back, that was a huge turning point for me, or a green light, as Matthew McConaughey said. That's another great book, by the way, Green Lights.
Gotta check that one out too.
Matthew
Jeez,
McConaughey's book.
I think my wife read that one because she told me that he made a book. So I gotta check. I'm gonna check that one out.
Darkest.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shit. I mean, in many ways, like I'm not saying what I'm doing now is my darkest point, but there's so much uncertainty with what I'm doing, and it's scary going out on your own and doing your own thing and taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
It's not the right answer, though.
No. Anything of adversity you dealt with, something tough in your life?
I'm grateful that I don't have anything like this
Super
major moment of adversity, and that will come. I'm not blind to that. I'm lucky to have my family.
Nice.
I have great friends in my life. I mean, when I was unemployed, like that was a dark time, and I was lucky to meet Marissa. And I'm not saying that changed my world, like it changed my world, of course, but I was still unemployed and unhappy and frustrated, and I'd been unemployed before, and looking for a job is really difficult. And the time before that, it took me almost a year to find a job, and that was really scary. And I think meeting Marissa actually made it even scarier. It's like I met this girl.
Amazing
She's
woman,
incredible, but what do I have to offer if I don't have a job? Like I'm a loser. Not that I thought that every day, but it was, I got to get my shit together.
Correct.
I want to get my shit together for me.
Of course,
First and foremost.
self-love. Yeah.
First and foremost. So I don't know if I have a great answer, but that was
a great answer.
That was a
dark
down moment for me where I needed to strap in.
Rough patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's going to be plenty more, I'm sure.
Yeah. And you fight them head on. That's it. That's how you tackled everything in life. Head on, lean into the hard.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been focusing on. Just anything that's hard, just, all right, I'm going after it. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to come out on the other side successful and accomplished.
I've been trying to make a conscious effort to do that over the past year or 2 years, to lean into the discomfort, because for a very long time, I would avoid that. I would avoid the hard conversations and the road less taken or road less traveled, just because I wanted to be comfortable and not in the face of adversity. But man, it really does, like it's fulfilling though when you do. Yeah, it's great.
You're doing great.
I'm trying, every day is different, but it's good to keep in mind, and I hope I can get even better at it.
You're doing it every day, dude.
Thank you.
Doing it every day. Have you ever had any vices, and how did you overcome them?
I don't know if this counts as a vice, but like procrastination has been a big problem of mine. Like it's very easy for me to say to myself, like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, but I don't need to do it right now. It'll work itself out. I'll do it tomorrow. And that is a very bad habit of putting things off, things that need to get done. Prioritizing easy to do things over hard to do things. That is a very, very bad habit.
But you're working on it every day.
Yeah.
So obviously the work you're putting in shows that you are not putting it out to, leave it to the side. You're actually facing it head on.
Yeah. And going back to the last question, I think taking like the easy way out has been a vice for me in many ways, also a bad one.
But now you're like I said, you're leaning into the difficult and discomfort. So it's coming back full circle for you, brother. What does the next level of success in your life look like?
The stadium tour.
That's right, baby. Stadium tour. Let's go.
Yeah, this is like being a household name, not even a household name, but being known as the guy who is the stadium food expert with all different leagues, professional, college, high school, little league. I don't care.
Dude. No, I love it. I
nationally,
love the brand.
internationally.
Love it, yep.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
Oh my God, I can't wait till we sit down maybe a year or two from now and see where you've grown.
That's right.
I'm excited to see the journey.
If you can book my time.
I know, right? Eric has an assistant now, huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I hope it's significantly tougher to get me over here. I'm just kidding. I got you.
No, dude. No, listen. I think the way you're heading, it's going to be all green pastures for you.
Thank you.
You're putting in the work, dude. Last question before I get you out of here. What's the last thing you have purchased that has changed your life?
I have two very, very different answers.
Okay.
One is
I'm interested to hear
one
this.
is the LLC,
Okay, like it.
like professionally.
Yep. Give me the other ones. I hope it's the one I'm thinking. Go.
It's an engagement ring.
Come on, give me some, brother. Heads up. That's right.
Yeah.
Every guy that has been married or engaged on this podcast has always said engagement ring.
Yeah. We also like sort of just almost confirmed a wedding date and a venue, which has been a very rough process.
That's
that
not
may have
easy.
actually been the darkest moment. Like
Ooh.
trying to
I've
find a
been
wedding
there, brother. I
venue
know, it's
and
not
seeing
easy.
all the numbers. Oh shit.
Yeesh, start making more content, bro. I know. I've been there.
You ain't lying.
I've been there, dude. It's not.
Damn. But yeah, no, that was an easy decision. But a long process and an expensive decision, but a worthwhile one for sure.
I mean, if I can give you any piece of advice
Please.
as a married man, it was very stressful for me and my wife during the time of preparation. Interestingly enough, the location we picked had the most amazing food. That was the biggest compliment everybody gave us. Oh my God, the food. So, and it was intimate. It was only like 50 people. So it wasn't, but we went kind of all out on certain things. But man, let me tell you something, man. And I hope you get to, not that I hope, you will feel this. Being in the hotel suite with my wife after it was all said and done, laying down in bed next to somebody that's actually my wife now, and being around love and family. Let me tell you something. That euphoric high lasted about easy 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I was literally high on life. I'm talking about the most euphoric feeling I ever felt, that no alcohol, no drug, nothing, no baseball game, nothing could have given me that high that I got from marrying the woman that I deserve to be with and being around the family that loves me. So I really pray that happens for you. And you'll know what I mean when you're laying down next to her and you guys are going on your honeymoon. You're like, whoa, this is like a dream that just never feels like I'm going to wake up from. It is amazing.
What about when that euphoric feeling goes away?
You're still on a high, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously, life gets in the way. You go back to work and you're living together and you're, managing bills and doing all the boring stuff. But if you find the right one, even the difficult moments that are, little petty arguments or discussions or disagreements, it all works itself out because you made the right decision picking your partner, So all the peaks and valleys in a marriage, it's going to be highs and lows like anything else. But understand the mission. Understand why you were here in the beginning. And it keeps it in the forefront so that no matter what, you guys will be together forever.
I love it.
Dude,
you started the podcast by making me cry. You're about to do it again.
Stop,
that was
man.
beautiful.
Stop,
that was
man.
beautiful. You're a poet.
No. Listen, it's life experience, man.
Sure.
It's something near and dear to me. Shout out to my wife, Yvonne.
How long have you been married?
It's going to be 10-10-21. 1, 2, 3, about 5 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
5 years. So it's weird. I always confuse this. Let me give you some context. We got married. It was during the COVID era, but we got married 10-10-21 is a legit date. August 13th, 2022 was the legit, like the ceremony. That was a euphoric feeling because now all the family, we got married in court.
Party.
In church. Yeah, exactly. So we have two, two anniversary dates. One is coming up soon. But
2 gifts.
Yeah, 2 gifts, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're going away to the Bahamas, so that's gonna be fun. I can't wait. But yeah, man, that feeling, brother, like I only believe that real true words of encouragement and authenticity come from experience. So me seeing you where I was 5 or 6 years ago, if I can give you some type of advice and encouragement, I hope that landed.
At 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
I'm
brother.
taking that to heart. Thank you so much.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Of course.
Dude, what a hell of a ride, man. Thank you for making time.
Of course.
I really appreciate it, man. I mean, before we get you out of here, I got to do one last thing. You got to try this beef brisket.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know it's a little cold.
No, I don't
so
care.
let's not be too harsh on Chef May.
Can I go with the hands here? You don't care, right?
No, we go hands. Yeah,
All right,
let's
cool.
do it, bro. And give me your true review.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
Cheers.
Eating the beef brisket. Cheers.
Oh, I would eat this cold all day.
Wow.
Come on. I don't think I would actually want it to be much warmer than this.
Wow. The seasoning. Right?
Terrific.
Whoa. Imagine if it was
Tender.
hot. Mm-hmm.
Quality
The
brisket.
flavor. Wow. What would you give this? 1 to 10.
So I don't do
You
scores
don't do
generally,
Scores. You don't do scores, but
but I'm happy to do it. It's an 8.4.
8.4. That's commendable.
It's a strong brisket, and it's cold. Like it's room temp.
it's
It's been
cold.
sitting out here. Yeah,
And this is delicious.
really good.
Wow. Shout out to Chef Mango for.
And I see some, it's a little bit of medium rare here too.
No, I love it, dude.
That's-
And I'm not a big beef brisket guy,
Okay.
but this is delicious.
brisket can be super
Wide,
low
right,
floor and super high ceiling.
Yeah.
this is excellent stuff.
No, dude. Thank
Yeah.
you
Chef
for
did his thing on this one.
Shout out to Chef Mango. I don't know if I keep saying that right or wrong, but he knows who he is. He was out here burning a tomahawk earlier.
I saw him coming upstairs with a bunch of knives.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, bro.
Yeah.
Brother, thank you so much for your time. Before we get out of here, please take a moment to tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming up, and what they can expect from Eric Hammer.
I would love to.
Yeah.
You can follow me on social at the Eric Hammer, every platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on Threads. I'm on Twitter. I'm there. Yeah, I got to be everywhere. But I'm making restaurant content. I'm making food content. New Jersey, New York City, everywhere I go. I'm traveling around to different stadiums. That's my new thing. Stadium food tour. Who has the best stadium food in the country? Baseball season has been amazing. Football season's coming up. Basketball,
it's gonna be
hockey,
wild.
college. Like it's never ending. This is really just the beginning. I'm really excited. For real, this is. I feel like this is day one in many
Gotcha.
ways. It's amazing. So I hope you guys will join me on the journey.
Eric, again, amazing. You are an artist in your own right. I wish you nothing but success
Thank you.
and luck.
Likewise.
And thank you, man. And hopefully down the road we get together again and we'll have a lot more amazing stories to share.
Yes, sir.
But for now, brother, Godspeed. Wish you the best and continue success.
Next time I'm here, 100,000 subs for you.
Please, man, from your words to God's ear,
That's
let's
right.
make it happen, man. And I don't know, I have to book through an agent to get you next time. I think you're through the moon with this, brother.
Send me a message. I'll let you know if I might pawn you off. We'll see.
We'll figure it out, right?
That's
Last one, and I had
Yes.
this in my notes.
Yes.
How the heck do you stay so skinny after eating all this food? What's your regiment like?
Get this question a lot.
Dude.
And I always answer the same way. I feel like shit most of the time. If it makes you feel any better. I eat a lot of Tums. Shout out to Tums.
Shout out to Tums.
Tums, hit my
Sponsorship.
line.
Here we go.
Lactate, hit my line. Come on now.
Well, you carry it well, dude. You look
Thank
good.
you.
You know,
I will say real quick. I actually don't eat a large quantity of food, which I understand might sound crazy. It's a bit of a misconception from the videos, but if we get takeout or delivery, that's lasting us. It's dinner and probably lunch the next day, and maybe
Same
more
with
than
us.
that.
Yeah.
I've gotten skilled at taking a bite of food and on to the next thing and pacing myself. And I try to stay fit. I go to the gym. Start playing
you go.
pickleball.
there you go. It's a great sport.
Yeah, I'm
It's
bad.
fun.
I'm pretty bad, but maybe I'll be a little bit less bad in a couple weeks, couple months. But I try to stay active. I when I'm not recording content with food, I'm eating pretty clean. I'm drinking protein
Same as me,
smoothies for
yeah.
breakfast. I eat a lot of salads and clean meals for lunch. And when we cook at home, I don't make a lot of that for content, but a lot of like grains and bowls and
There you go.
protein,
Yeah.
pretty simple stuff. It's not glamorous. People don't care for that stuff. And I want to make an effort to include that more to let people know what I'm actually eating all the time. But the good stuff, that's what people want. But it is a bit of a misconception. So
Yeah. Well, you got the balance though.
Thank you.
And it's working.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, man, for keeping that physique.
I got an endoscopy last week. My gastro called me today. Clean bill of health.
Nice.
So no
Cele-
major issues.
Celebrate with a nice steak.
Don't tempt me, brother.
That's my
Let's
biggest
do it.
weakness, brother. Hell yeah. Brother, thank you again, man. Best of luck and excited to see the next chapter in your journey, brother.
Right back at you.
My man. That is a wrap, everybody, on episode 46 of I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast. If this podcast inspired or moved you in any way, please subscribe to my Apple, Spotify, YouTube platforms by typing in Luis Guzman. I'm an artist, not a salesman, and clicking that subscribe button. Also, make sure to follow my Instagram handle at I'm an artist, not a salesman for further content and updates. I am thankful for every listener. I pray you have a blessed one, not a stressed one. Peace.
I need you by my side. Without you, I would die. If there's no